This show is part of the RetroZap.com podcast network.
Now, prepare yourselves for a Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels special edition.
This is so wizard.
You feeling me, Hunter's Wizard? Oh, I was just stepping to you, girl, with my intellectual wizard politics.
I am an enchanter.
Wizards only. Fools. Wizards rule.
There are some who call me Tim.
Greetings, Tim the Enchanter.
Nope. Wizards only. Wizards only, fools.
Hello, Scoundrels. Welcome to episode 81.1, That's So Wizard, a special edition of Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels. And on this episode, we will feature the latest rundown of Star Wars fashion and lifestyle finds from all corners of the galaxy. And this focus is not just for the female persuasion. I've scoured the hyperspace lanes to find something for all walks of life. So sit back, grab your wallets, and get your add to cart fingers ready to go. And this is Jay Krebs here, and I am joined tonight by my friend and co-host, Dennis Keithley. Unfortunately, Darth Taxis could not join us this evening, but how are you doing, Dennis?
I'm doing all right. It's good to be back for another edition of That's So Wizard. The last one turned out to be extremely relevant for me.
Yes, it did, as we will get to here in just a second. And I cannot wait to hear all about it. So if this is your first That's So Wizard, like I said, we do this monthly rundown of all kinds of Star Wars stuff for fashion, product, lifestyle products, and sometimes around a theme, sometimes not. And but before we go any further, since this is a special edition, Dennis, do you want to fill in our listeners to what a special edition actually is?
So a special edition is our bonus content where we forego usually discussion of the news and we focus on some sort of discussional topic. It's either a review of an episode of Rebels or Resistance or something like that. And in this case, it is your fashion review for the month.
Yes, it is. And we have got so much to go through this month. As usual, it seems like every month I'm finding more and more. Just when I think, oh, well, maybe there's not going to be so much next month, it just keeps rolling in. And that's awesome. It's a good problem to have. So before we jump to hyper fashion space with the new finds for this month, why don't you tell the Scoundrels, you got a pretty good haul from the last That's So Wizard rundown, I believe, for a special occasion.
Yeah, so between my birthday, which was earlier in the month, and Father's Day, my wife and kids listened to the last edition and picked out an assortment of things. So some of the Star Wars Reed shirts came my way. I got some of the socks from that same discussion that you'd pointed out for us, Jay. And then I have the Inca's blue canvas high tops that they're gray with the blue outline of the Falcon and the silhouettes of Han and Chewie on the side. But those are really, really comfortable, and I highly recommend them. They're, the closest thing I have to them are the Pozu Han Solo shoes that I got at Celebration. But I think the Incas turned out to be a little more comfortable, which was a little bit of a surprise for me.
Well, good for you. I do like the soles seem a little more spongy almost to me.
And they weren't quite as stiff across the back of the heel, which was the other thing. They are shoes that you do kind of have to break in because the canvas around the top is a bit stiff. But other than that, they're fantastic. I've worn them a few times to work in the past week.
Oh, that's awesome. That says a lot, too, because I know you'd said about the Pozu shoes that you weren't quite so, keen on wearing those to work. And didn't you say that the socks, the tag or something on the socks had looked like a library card, or maybe it was the price tag on the shirt?
Yeah, it was a tag on the shirt. So it looks like the checkout card in the library books that shows everyone who's checked it out in the past.
That's awesome.
But it was pretty cool. They've really gone all in on the theme with those.
That's really neat. And I don't think that libraries actually even use that anymore, do they?
That's a good question. I mean, when I've checked things out, it's usually been electronically.
Right.
The past few books I've done have been ebooks online. So, so I'm not even sure anymore. I haven't actually stepped inside a library and checked out a book in a while.
Well, I just know from the old textbooks and things like that, you'd always write your name in the front cover and who had it for that school year. And it was kind of always neat to see who had your textbook beforehand. And I don't even think that's something that happens anymore either. So
yeah, I know a lot of schools have gone to electronic books there too. So.
Yep, absolutely. So I got a few things myself since the last time that we were wizarding around here. I got a couple things from Her Universe. The Tano pullover was finally back in stock. Nice. And yes, and I have to give a shout out to Anakin and his angel, who posted online, hey, these are back in stock. And I was like, oh, got to get over there. And literally they had like one size left, medium, and there was not even I think they said less than 10 left, act soon or something like that. So I was add to cart, because Colby Wan really wanted one as well. So we both got one of those. I got a Rose Tico jacket for Colby Wan's girlfriend. And then I can't remember if I had gotten the Padme hoodie by the time that we had talked the last time, but I did end up getting that one too. So all of my Celebration wish list items were finally filled in. And
did you actually get those shipped yet?
Yeah.
And were those all through Her Universe, or?
They were, yep, all through the website. And I'm telling you, if you do want one, you just got to keep checking every single day, because the stock goes in and it sells out just as fast as it gets put online, it seems like. So it's still in really, really high demand.
Yeah, along those lines, I know Reed Pop and Celebration sent out an email to all the attendees about things that were in the Celebration store that they're making them available again for purchase. And at the time, there was one of the badge art t-shirts that I wanted, the one with Mandalorian on it, and so I ordered that. But they still haven't gotten around to shipping it, and that was a month and a half ago. Now, if you haven't purchased anything, there's a few things left, but they have been selling out of stuff online as well. So I don't know. I don't know exactly what's left, but I was wondering about that since I hadn't received anything or confirmation that it shipped, and the email still says, they'll send me a notice when they're shipping. So they're taking their time on that. Wow. That is really kind of ridiculously long shipping time to wait. But hey, I guess when it's in high demand like that, it's something you gotta deal with. But yeah. Oh, and I also did get the Cards Against Star Wars game. I know we got that right around Mother's Day the last time. And oh my gosh, let me just tell you, it is hilarious. It is definitely not appropriate for children. But if you're looking for a really fun adult game night for people who know Star Wars and who like Star Wars, you can also integrate them into the regular Cards Against Humanity decks as well if you want to. There's like 150 cards in this thing, and we played for about an hour and a half, and I was laughing so hard I was crying. I couldn't breathe at one point. And so it was my husband and my two boys and myself, and actually Colby One's girlfriend too. God love her. And because she's watched all the movies now in the saga. But what's funny is that I think that the statements and the questions and all the spellings are from possibly either, I want to say England, or maybe somewhere in the UK, because there were some terms that I wasn't even familiar with. Wow. So now because of this game, we now know what the zoomies are, because there was this one card that said Chewbacca with the zoomies, and we're like, what the heck is the zoomies? It's ZOOMIES. And so of course, thank goodness for Google. So we Google it, and here it means like whenever a dog goes crazy, like for no reason, they just start running around the house and, and they just go crazy. And so now, all we could do is, think about Chewbacca with the zoomies. And now whenever our dog gets the zoomies, that's the term we use. So we're like, oh no, he's getting the zoomies. Learn something new every day.
There he goes. Zoom.
Interesting. That's no, I would not know what that was either. But now the idea of Chewbacca with the zoomies is kind of hysterical.
Yeah. Especially when you put it in a context with maybe some not so appropriate other things. I'll just leave it at that.
All righty then.
Oh, goodness. So I've got some other updates to share before we jump into some of our products for the month here, too. Prophecy Girl, which is an independently owned and operated shop of Christy Hannum, and she's out of the UK as well. She's going to be closing her internet doors very soon. So June 30th will be your last day to buy anything from the online store. And, you know, as with many small businesses, it's so difficult to compete with the big dogs out there. And it's just so sad to see Prophecy Girl go. I've always appreciated her products and her desire to bring geek clothing to the world. And Prophecy Girl is actually a former Wizard Award winner, going all the way back to October of 2017.
Wow.
I had to look that up. So we've been doing this for like 2 years now with That's a Wizard, which is pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, she's got things not just from Star Wars, but she's got some things from Harry Potter, Buffy the Vampire Slayer. I'm trying to think of some of the other ones that Marvel, she has a Loki. So I have a Bazine Natal inspired kind of a businessy sort of shirt that I've worn to school. And she's got some of these racerback tanks with some logos and I shouldn't say logos, sayings on them. The one that I have just says, I rebel. And I always wear that one with my Jyn Erso jacket from Musterbrand. So I have that, and I have a few of her patches and her pins, which I've also talked about Prophecy Girl on a former That's a Wizard when I did the buttons and patches jacket that I put together, because some of the pins were on there as well. So really, really sad to see Christy and Prophecy Girl go. But again, June 30th will be your last day, and you can check her out at prophecygirl.co.uk. So you want to jump on those as soon as possible. She's got some really, really deep markdowns going on right now.
You know, that I Rebel slogan, that was so awesome. Like a lot, products had it and stuff like that. I remember seeing the shirt that you're talking about, and it was so cool. I wish that line had actually made it to the movie.
I know.
But that was such a good one.
It is, but it lives on in all of us.
That's right. There you go.
Yeah, that's one way to look at it. And then the other big announcement that I have, I am so happy to announce this. Big Whiff Candle Company, whom you may remember having a line of Star Wars inspired soy and wood wick candles. Wow, say 10 times fast. And wax melts. They are currently working on creating car air fresheners and room sprays. And I was privy to the artwork for the car fresheners earlier this week. I just happened to be seeing one of their posts on Instagram, and I instant messaged them and I said, hey, have you ever thought about adding the fragrances for Star Wars to your room spray line? And boom, I'm telling you what, Matt and Lindsay, they're out of Pennsylvania. This is a small company, husband and wife, and they put out these candles and these wax melts and all these other things. And I'm not sure if it was Matt or Lindsay that I spoke with through Instagram, but I even got to see the artwork that they were working on for the little hangies for the car. So I was so excited. And then today, as we're recording this, boom, there they were, right on Instagram. Their room sprays are now available. So you're welcome, Scoundrels. You can have
well done.
Well, it's so funny. I absolutely love these candles. I really do. I have several of the ones in the cans, and my favorites are Ewok Village, Sands of Tatooine, and Shores of Scarif. And then I also have Mandalorian Mist. So it's funny because as soon as there was one time I ran out of my Ewok Village, and it's so great because they crackle as they burn, and they smell so good, even in a large space, because I have 18-foot ceilings in my, like I call it, my great room. And it still fills that area up with great fragrance, and they last pretty long too. And so finally it got down to where I had no more of the Ewok Village left, and Colby One happened to be in the room at the time, and I'm like, oh, I burned all my Ewok Village. And he starts laughing, and I go, the candle.
Yeah.
But Mandalorian Mist is a great one for game night. I always light that one for game night. I don't know why, but I do. So when we're playing Cards Against Star Wars, y'all, you know what I'm smelling. And then the Shores of Scarif is, I'm going to just say, it's great for the laundry room. I have the wax melts for in there, and it's so fresh. It's like that ocean breeze kind of scent and that type of thing. So yeah, I really, really highly suggest their scents there. And it was funny because it was a Junker Jawa that said, I want the inside of a tauntaun on the thing. Oh my gosh, that was hilarious. So yeah, so shout out to you, Junker Jawa. I don't think I would want the inside of a tauntaun smell. I haven't
No.
tried the Vader's Breath, though, yet either. So I have to try Vader's Breath, and the Icy Winds of Hoth are the other two. So looking forward to those. But you can follow Big Whiff Candle on Instagram, Pinterest, Twitter. They're also available straight through their website, and that's bigwhiffcandle.com, or you can also get them through Amazon and Etsy. They are amazing. They are so fast in their shipping, and they're very careful with the time that they take to make sure that everything is packaged well and gets out to you. And if you have any questions about how to use their wood wick candles, because they are a little bit different, than your typical wick type candles that you might get from like a Bath and Body Works or somewhere like that. But like I said, I just love it because I love that crackle that you hear from that wood. So I'm just all about the ambiance, I guess. But yeah, so check them out.
Yeah, pretty cool that you managed to kind of have that influence there.
Yeah, I was really stoked about that. So I'm hoping to have my air fresheners by the end of this week, and I will definitely update all the Scoundrels the next time that we're on. So, yeah.
All right.
All right. So another one of our old friends, Musterbrand, is having a summer sale right now. So if you've had your eye on any of the swimwear, now is the time. So all of their one-piece swimwear that they have, I have the Ahsoka one-piece swimsuit. They also have the Leia, the Kylo Ren. There's an X-Wing inspired one, and all of the board shorts too for guys. So they're marked down from, and again, this is translated from pounds to American dollar here. So it's around $61 originally, and they are now $36. So it's a pretty good price, and they really are a good swimsuit, I can tell you, at least from the ladies' side of things, because I've worn mine in chlorine, and it has held up very, very well. So I can attest to the quality on those. And this was new. As I was kind of perusing the site, I hadn't seen these before, so I don't know if I just missed them and they've been out for a while, or if this is a new release. But Musterbrand is now on the shoe line as well, and they have the Skywalker X-Wing sneakers in high tops, and these are on sale from $274 down to $124.
Deep
so
discounts.
These are they're made, they have this really cool little unique flap closure, so it looks like the front part of the X-Wing uniform with what exactly is all of that in the front? It's like a breather and some other things.
Yeah, some of the life
they
support
have.
gear that they have if they have to eject in deep space.
Okay, so that's kind of on there with loops that you can loop onto these studs that are on either side of the tongue. So the tongue actually has no laces; it's completely elastic, which that's pretty cool because you don't have to worry about any kind of laces for that. And then this life support edition closure is removable, so you can either wear it with or without, depending on what kind of look you're looking for, I guess. And it's all the shell fabric is made of pure Napa quality leather, and Napa is animal hide that's noted for its soft hands. So that could be either cow or sheep, I guess, or I don't know. I'm assuming that they probably use regular cow leather. And you can wipe these clean with a damp cloth, so they're pretty easy to take care of, and they are limited edition. And they do have sizes 42 UK, which is men's 7 in the US, up to size 47, and that's men's 12. And free shipping over $63 at Musterbrand. So if you buy these shoes, you're getting free shipping. So did you get a chance to take a look at these?
Yeah, they're space age looking. I hadn't seen these before, but they... I'm going to say this carefully because I don't mean it as an insult, but it looks kind of like a 80s version of a futuristic shoe.
Yeah.
But it definitely looks like your feet are ready to jump in an X-Wing and take on the Empire.
Yes.
If you get those. But no, they're pretty cool.
They're very orange.
Yes, that is true. And if I were to wear them, I'd probably make sure that the flight gear on the front is over the tongue.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I like that touch. That's really cool. It almost reminds me, it's kind of got a Flash Gordon vibe to it, I want to say.
Yeah, that's true.
But yeah, these are really neat. I thought, oh, wow. Well, if anybody ends up getting these, let us know. And that's musterbrand.com. And again, all of these will be in our show notes as usual, Scoundrels. So if you see anything that catches your eye, be sure to check out those show notes. So we've got some new finds and products. Are you ready?
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So here we go. On a previous episode, we had covered ice shaker drink bottles, and I know we had also talked about GNC having a line of shaker bottles at one time too. So not to be outdone, the brand Blender Bottle has come out with their own line of Star Wars themed shaker bottles, and there are 13 different styles available, many of which in your choice of black or white, and they all have metallic silver lettering and design. And Blender Bottle I've seen at Walmart. I've never seen anything specialty like this or kind of as high quality as these, because the ones that I see at Walmart, that almost looks like the whisk inside of it is almost like a little basketball in a way, which I have a couple of the Blender Bottle bottles themselves, but these sell for $34.99 each. They hold 26 ounces, and these are stainless steel, so that explains things because mine are only plastic. So they have a double-walled vacuum insulated inside, hand wash only, and not for use with hot liquids. So these are all for, your cool drinks and your protein shakes and that kind of thing. But boy, are these styles really cool. I picked out the Scoundrel one in our notes there, of course, because hello, Scoundrel Nation.
Exactly.
I love this. And then the other one that says, May the Force be with you, in Orabesh. And that one's you can get that one in black or white. But again, there's a ton of different styles. There's a Luke and Leia in the classic movie poster pose from the original A New Hope. Just some of the, words themselves like Rebel and, what are some of the other ones that are in there too? Just Star Wars. And then there's a Stormtrooper one. There's a bunch of them. One that just says Vader. So I really, really like these. For $34.99, it's a little pricey maybe for a shaker bottle. But if this is something that, I know a lot of people are getting away from the regular water bottles because of all of the fear against the BPA and that type of thing that are in them. And these are BPA free.
Right.
And so yeah, they're pretty cool. So the site itself at blenderbottle.com, they also have ideas for recipes and other supplemental products like carabiners. So you can attach it, to things like even maybe your bike or a backpack or something like that if you're hiking, and other helpful accessories like a little pill tray, for your supplements. That's what that's for. And they also have Harry Potter and Marvel licensed shaker bottles as well. And they do have a co-branding opportunity for businesses. So if you're a small business, and you're looking to come up with a new and different type of product, perhaps Blender Bottle would be willing to work with you. So I know you have an ice shaker bottle, don't you? That Beth had gotten for you?
Yeah, we got the shaker, the stemless wine glass things that they had.
That's right.
That's right. A bunch of designs on those, and we just in the morning we make smoothies and things like that and drink them out of those. So they get quite a bit of use here in our house.
Well, good. I like these. I'm really liking the Scoundrel one, and not just because we are Scoundrels here at Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels, but I just think it's cool. I mean, that's just not something that you see, just Scoundrel. On something very often. So
very fitting for us.
Yeah, absolutely. For $34.99, I think we need to try to snag those up. All right. So the next, do you remember Underoos?
I do. It's been a long time, but I do remember them.
Did you have some Underoos?
When I was a wee lad, I had a few pairs.
Yeah. Do you remember what you had?
Spider-Man. That's the one I remember.
Nice. I have to ask because I have a story about my Underoos when I was little. So gather around, Scoundrels, and listen to my story. But no, what it was is I loved Wonder Woman, and I would watch this series every week and absolutely loved Linda Carter, and that's who I wanted to be. I mean, when I was little, this was of course even before Star Wars, I was maybe 4, 5, 6 years old. Star Wars came out when I was 7. And so I wanted to be Wonder Woman. What do you want to be when you grow up? Some people say teachers, firemen, doctors. No, I wanted to be Wonder Woman. So I had Wonder Woman Underoos, and I would get in trouble all the time because I would go outside in my Underoos with my red rain boots on, and I would put tinfoil around my wrists, and I made myself a little tinfoil tiara and a little tinfoil, rope that I carried with me. Which was supposed to be my golden lasso, of course. And I would go outside and pretend that I was Wonder Woman. So
you were cosplaying even then.
I was. I'm telling you what, but and it wasn't any worse. I mean, the Underoos, they have tank tops and everything. It was actually probably better than some of the little bikinis that I had when I was that age. You know what I mean?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, I never went outside in mine, but I do remember playing around the house in them. So,
absolutely. I could tell some really embarrassing stories about my boys too, but I won't. So, anyway, Underoos has reimagined these in adult styles. So, we've got a whole collection of Star Wars at underoos.com, and there's ironically 13 styles available. I don't know why 13 is like the magic number tonight, but there was 13 of the blender bottles, and now there's 13 of the Underoos. Mm-hmm. But some of the styles are both for men and women. Like there's a Darth Vader costume style type thing in the black, or they have ones for just men, as in for Boba Fett and X-Wing for guys. There's a C-3PO and a Leia for gals. And for guys, there's boxer briefs and I call it the tidy whitey style undies for guys.
Yeah.
that match the tops, and all the tops are t-shirts. And then the gals undies are your choice of either boy short or bikini style based on the design. And all of the tops are tank tops. So these are 100% cotton, a tagless design for your comfort. Also stretch comfort fit, also for your comfort. And these are machine wash cold and tumble dry low. So on the ones, and these, some of them have the old style iron-on type print on the front that you would get in the 1980s, So just a little tip for the Scoundrels for washing: whenever you have anything like that or anything that has any kind of screen printing on it, you always want to turn those inside out when you put those in the washing machine, because it preserves the integrity of the print. And of course, with those iron-on type, you definitely want to try to use a low heat on your dryer, or even hang them to dry and never ever iron them, because you will melt it. So definitely want to make sure you keep that in mind. So what's really cool though is right now all the styles are on sale on the website. Some are marked down from $29.99 to $14.99, and then other sets are on sale from $17.99 down to $8.99. So they're almost half off at this point. And you can also get 15% off if you register your email, and they have free shipping over $50. They are also available on Amazon, because I checked, but they're not on sale on Amazon. So you'd be paying full price, which is unusual, because usually, like if you go to Amazon, you can get a better discount sometimes than you can going straight from some of the, suppliers themselves.
Yeah.
But I specifically pictured this Rey Underoos set because it's very unique, and it's the women's style, and it has like a crisscross type addition to one of the shoulders, almost like a cold shoulder design that mimics the leather that crosses over on her belt, her utility belt. And these are with the boy shorts. So I really like those. I might actually have to pick those up. So I was pretty excited about those. If you had to pick one out of some of these that I've have picked out, what would you pick?
Wow. Yeah, it's tough.
We're getting real here.
Yeah.
Let me guess. You'd pick the Star Wars Luke Skywalker Underoos to wear with your orange X-Wing shoes from Musterbrand around the house, right?
Oh, there's a thought. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it's I am picky about my undergarments, so I don't know. But of all those,
putting you on the spot. I'm sorry. You don't have to.
That's okay. It's just I'm just looking at them. There's the one with Darth Vader on it. That one I would do. But the one that's got his breathing apparatus and console in the front, that one looks pretty cool. And I do actually like the X-Wing pilot one, but this product just isn't for me. But it is kind of a nice retro thing to see back in existence. Because I don't know that. Geez, I'm not even sure if millennials know what Underoos are. Do they?
I don't know.
It was much more of an 80s type of a product, an early 80s too.
It's so true. And you know what? And these are actually, this particular product line isn't anything super new, because I didn't picture it here, but I picked up the Leia set of Underoos, I think I want to say at Hot Topic about 3 or 4 years ago. But it was in one of those kind of things where it was in a bin, and it was in, the old Underoos, they had them packaged in that certain way. It was almost like this plasticky sort of small box kind of thing that they came in.
Yeah.
And so I had actually gotten the Leia set, which is, it's the iron-on type. So it's very, very retro, and it's in a really light powder blue. And I don't wear those a whole lot. I'm not going to lie, just because it's one of those kind of things that it has to be really, really super hot outside if I'm going to wear that to bed, because my husband makes fun of me all the time because he's like, you wear 15 layers of clothes to bed. I don't know how you can do it. And of course with air conditioning too, I would freeze to death. So, but they're just fun to have. But yeah, so Scoundrels, you got to check these out. They're just a lot of fun. It'd be fun, I think, to give even just as, I don't want to say necessarily a gag gift, but, just a fun little gift for somebody that they would never expect. So,
oh yeah, definitely.
Yeah.
Definitely.
Or you could get a husband and wife, that are just getting married, matching like Chewbacca Underoos or something like that. And then they can run around with the zoomies.
No, there's an idea.
Oh lordy. So there you go. All right, so moving on here, we've got some oh gosh, I could go really off the wall here, but I won't. Wilson Sporting Goods. This one actually came up on my line for Instagram as a sponsored ad, which we had seen the footballs available at Star Wars Celebration Chicago, and they were selling the limited edition footballs there, but they have a whole line called Fuel Your Force series. And these include basketballs and soccer balls and kid-friendly junior goods, mini balls and other accessories. They have a keychain, a mini hoop kit. So there's really a whole lot to pick from. And especially with being summertime, getting the kids outside, is a great thing, obviously, and getting them to have some of that, physical exercise. So what better way to do that than with some Star Wars stuff? So they have a Starship Crew and a Falcon Crew collection, as well as some of the other designs. So in the Falcon Crew collection, they have a junior football, an intermediate basketball, and a soccer ball, and they all feature either like a hyperspace or the Millennium Falcon type design. And then they have the with the other Falcon Crew, these are all blue, and they have the Solo movie, Han Solo and Chewbacca featured on these, on kind of a blue star field, is the best way that I could explain that. And the little hoop kit is so cute. I know my oldest one, he was obsessed with his hoop kit that he had when he was little. And we actually even took that thing on vacation because he was so attached to it. It was we thought, oh my gosh, this is going to be like a basketball player. No, he's a bowler, which is great. But it's just funny how kids, they show certain aptitudes when they're little, and then they go completely opposite way later on, which is fine. But yeah, if we didn't, I think it was all just kind of part of his ritual, at night, because it was what he was used to doing. And so if he was out of that ritual, he was not a happy camper. So we just took that thing with us everywhere. But something I didn't really realize, I guess I'd always heard the terms mini, junior, and, those types of things thrown around, but I didn't know that there was specific age groups attached to each one. I guess that seems it's relevant.
It's what they have in mind, but it's really irrelevant because those type of collector type personalized fan product sports balls, whether it's you get them at as giveaways when you go to sporting events and stuff like that, everyone plays with them. It's just something fun to have, and still don't necessarily want to run a football in the house, even if it's a mini size, but still, people do. And, you can put one of those on like a shelf or something to look at easier than you can a full-size product.
Right.
So I wouldn't necessarily feel like you're constrained by the intended age range or the suggested age range on the products. But go with whatever the size is you like.
I guess for the junior and the high school official sizes, I was thinking more along the lines of for the soccer ball and the basketball, because I imagine that's probably just because of the hand size or foot size, and then maybe the field size, and how the lines are different for high school than they are for college and then for pro.
Yeah.
So
and I can also tell you, as someone who's had boys who've played, football and other sports like that, they all use the same size footballs, soccer balls, etc. So
that's what I kind of figured. But
I don't really know. I'm not sure why they've come up with alternate sizes here, other than for novelty purposes, maybe.
Because that's why I said I never really paid attention to it before until I was looking on the website, and I thought, I didn't even realize that this even existed. So that's interesting. But I'm glad to get your perspective on that too, because that makes total sense. But everything's right now, as of this recording, is 50% off. So everything is half off right now. I didn't find anything about free shipping or anything like that. The only two things that are not half off are, ironically, the hoop kit, which is $15, $14.99 because it's new, and then the Chewy keychain, which is $15. And Chewy's face is kind of in the shape of a football.
Well, one of the things that that's on that site that you didn't include in the notes is the Star Wars official leather football with Darth Vader's image and the one with Chewbacca's image. Those aren't on sale. They're both listed for $100 each. Those are pretty cool collectibles. I mean, that's an NFL college football style ball there with the Star Wars imagery. So I don't know. That's something perhaps if you've got a big sports fan and who's also a Star Wars fan and has everything, that would be pretty cool. And then they have that the Imperial Walker attacks, which is $80, which is also just something different out there. That's just pretty cool.
I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah, the footballs at Star Wars Celebration in Chicago, I went past the booth a couple times and I saw that they were there, but I never stopped in. So I don't know if they were on a special sale price at Celebration or not, but it's the ones that you were just referring to, the collectible footballs. So if any of the Scoundrels happen to see that or check that out and let us know if they were running any specials. I'm just curious to see if they were or not, but I'm glad you brought that up.
Yeah.
All right, cool. So the next one, I gotta say, I was totally found this one by accident, and I'm gonna have to maybe snag a couple pairs of these. I'm so picky about my sunglasses though. So that's all I'm gonna say for right now. But of course, again, being summer, sunglasses are very popular right now, and so Foster Grant has a gift set and other solo designs of all kinds of Star Wars type characters and things, and these are pretty darn cool. I mean, they have tons and tons of styles, everything from your classic characters, even Rebels characters. There was a Zeb sunglasses for kids, Kylo Ren, Rey, BB-8, I mean, you name it. And ladies styles as well, men's styles, and so they have all the adult sizes down to the kids styles as well. So the gift sets are $40, and the gift sets actually include quite a bit. So this would have been something really cool for Father's Day, I think. But if you have somebody that maybe has a birthday coming up, or if you just want to be generous and get them for yourself, why not? But the gift sets have a bunch of stuff in them. They have the glasses themselves, and then they also have the like a soft case to carry them in that has some Star Wars designs on them. There's a Darth Vader and a Boba Fett. There's actually a bunch of them. There's a Kylo Ren set. There's tons. And then they also have a hard case as well that comes with them. So and there's also a loop type thing that you can carry with the the case. So if you check out online all the different sets that they have, you can pick those out for $40. And then the individual men and women styles glasses are around $20 for each one. And the one that I have pictured there is it says it's useless to resist, which I thought was cute. But it's got kind of the amber sort of rainbowy sort of lens to it with a little heart in the corner. And there's some Chewbacca ones, and the kids styles are $5 and $10 each, which for Foster Grant, that's pretty darn good. And they're all guaranteed 100% UV protection against the sun. And there's tons of different styles, which is, like I said, I can't even go over all of them here. But did you get a chance to check any of these out?
Yeah, I've been playing around on their website while you've been describing them, and they've got some really interesting colors.
Yeah.
I'm looking at the Yoda ones, that bright shade of green that they've got. That's pretty cool. And then just for style itself, there's the Galactic Empire SPT. It's not a gift set, but a $20 pretty cool pair of sunglasses. So they've got a lot, different characters to choose from, a lot of different colors to choose from. Really something for anybody there. And some of them blatantly say Star Wars on the side, or they have a Rebel logo or an Imperial logo on them, but others are a little bit more subtle as well. But they frequently match the attitude or the mystique of the character that they're themed after.
Oh, I love that. I like the way you put that. Yeah, because some of them have a wireframe with more of the aviator reflective type lenses, and then others look more sporty with the molded half lens, or not half lens, half frame type thing. And then you've got some of your old, I don't want to say old fashioned, but it just reminds me of like 1990s glasses, kind of thing they're all plastic. But there's different shapes to some of the lenses as well. And some of them are a combination of the plastic and the wire. So they're really great. So they're great for collecting, gifting, anywhere really. And so these are a lot of fun. So you got to check that out at fostergrant.com. And you can get these once again on Amazon, but they don't run any kind of big specials through Amazon, and you don't have near the selection as well. So there's tons and tons of things to pick from. And like I said, I'm kind of picky. I've actually had the same sunglasses for, I think, going on 8 years now. And the one side actually fell off, and I ended up having to re-screw it back in with a different screw from a different pair of sunglasses that I didn't like anymore.
Wow. That's
And these were, I'm telling you, and they were like $5 drug mart glasses that I just wear the heck out of. So, but I might have to actually indulge myself and get a pair of these, because $20 really is not bad.
Yeah, I can't manage to keep my sunglasses for 8 years, let alone 8 months. I'm always losing them all the time. So, well,
especially in Texas too, you get a lot more sunny days, I'm sure, than we do up here in Ohio.
But tragedy befalls my sunglasses all the time. So.
Oh, yeah, that does happen. So, well, they do have free shipping over $20 and free returns too. So if you get something and you don't like it, you can always send it back, and they'll be happy to refund your money. So there you have it. So now we have come to the coveted Wizard Award, and this is simply an honorific that I choose to bestow to a person, a product, or a company that I feel just deserves a little extra recognition for the month. And this month, we're going to go with a repeat winner this time. I got to give it up to Big Whiff Candle Company, and they were first honored the Wizard Award back in February of 2018 when we did a Valentine special, and I picked out their candles for the romantic ambiance that they could provide. But yeah, I really appreciate Big Whiff Candle. And again, this is a husband and wife team out of Pennsylvania, and they just really care about their company, and they really care about their customers, and they obviously listen to what their customers have to say. So congratulations, Matt and Lindsay, Big Whiff Candle Company. You are the Wizard Award winner once again for June 2019. Yay! And the crowd goes wild.
A new first.
Yeah. So before we go, why don't you wrap it up for us, Dennis? Tell us where the Scoundrels can find you and what else you have going on.
Well, as for myself, you can find my comic reviews each week on retrozap.com, and each month I'm talking Star Wars comics with Jill J. Shepard on Jedi Journals. My wife Beth and I host a Star Trek podcast called Warp Trails, which is exclusively on the RetroZap podcast feed. What have you got going on, Jay?
Well, other than Starships, Sabers, and Scoundrels, which I am super excited, we've got another new episode coming out as well here very soon. You can always check my archive blogs out at Coffee with Kenobi and my Core Worlds Couture Fashion Review blogs as well. And Darth Taxis, you can catch him over on the Geek Supreme, I believe, every week, correct?
Yeah, with Scott Murray, Jeff McGee, and Regina Davis, and that's their Around the Horn style geek topic discussion show. So, if you want to find us on social media, we are at SQPod on Twitter and Instagram. And on Facebook, we are facebook.com/SQPod. You can email us at sqpod@retrozap.com. You can follow Darth Taxis on Twitter at Darth Taxis. Jay is at Joyce Krebs, and I am at DJKVER2. Speaking of RetroZap, we are a proud part of the RetroZap.com podcast network. The network currently features about a dozen shows covering everything from retro gaming, movies, collecting, and more Star Wars than you can consume. Subscribe to the network feed and you'll get them all in one place. We love a review wherever you listen to your podcasts, especially Apple Podcasts. So tell your friends, especially the ones that like Star Wars about our show. Help them subscribe if they don't know how. We really appreciate the support. That'll do it for this Scoundrel Special Edition. We'll talk to you all soon with another episode of Starship, Sabers, and Scoundrels. Until then, Scoundrel Nation, may the Force be with you.